Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Box. Um, Tonight, we're having technical difficulties for some reason. Sherry's having a problem getting on. She just messaged me and said she'll be right here, so hopefully that'll be soon. And I haven't heard from Steve, and I know that Susie is probably still busy. The sun is up, so she won't be coming out. So I want to just let everybody know tonight we're going to be doing some stuff on the World's Fair and the incubator babies. We found some interesting clips and some videos, and then we're just going to talk to everybody about what they think of it. I did see a video about 1906 postcards that were made. And they actually sell some of them on eBay for like $130 each. So I don't know if that's just because they're rare or because I wouldn't think that they would have a whole bunch of them. I don't know. It's hard to say. So as soon as the crew gets in here, we will get started on that. And I've got two computer monitors now, so sharing screens is going to be a lot more fun this way. I've been practicing, and I stayed up all night practicing, so it's all good. And here's Steve. Hiya, Stevie. Say something so I can make sure we can hear you.
When it all crashes down and it hurts inside. Bam, 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 bam.
And Steve comes in as singing.
I come in running wild.
Right.
With all the Hulkamaniacs. I'm ready for Texas.
You are. Oh, that's right. July, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That sounds fun. And Sherry was having problems when I sent her the link. It wasn't showing up on her messenger. It was showing up on her phone, but not her messenger. So she said that she'll be in here as soon as she can get in here. Let's see. I can't get into my laptop. I have no help tonight. Oh, shit. I wonder if she wants to use her phone. Let's see. Well, there you go, Brenda. Learn how to spell phone. Yeah. So she found some really interesting. Oh, it doesn't work on her phone. Ah, crap. Okay, Steve, it might just be me and you.
She needs to use the Chrome browser. Otherwise, it's not going to work.
She said she's watching on YouTube.
Well, she heard me then.
Yeah.
She'll hear me.
Use the Chrome browser there, girly. But anyway, she found a couple of interesting videos. I think one of them is like 10 minutes. And then the other one is right about the same. So we'll play those later. I did find this clip of the incubator babies and the World's Fair. So it was kind of cool. I do believe I put that in her thing. So what do you think? What direction should we go with this there, Steve?
I want to know if Tesla is a real person or not.
Tesla? Do you think he was an incubator baby?
Oh, right now I'm thinking he doesn't even exist. He never existed.
Do you think?
Just like Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, then you got Nikola Tesla. It's fictional. I've been doing research on Thomas Edison, the World's Fair, and the Chicago film industry.
Right.
And Tesla's just glossed over. There's no photographs of Tesla with Edison, which you think there would be. And in terms of other things, like his tests of doing the radio thing with the Tesla ball, talking to the dead and stuff, like that was all technology that Edison was developing. So I
Well,
don't understand why it's all credited to Tesla. And they say like Tesla's the underdog. Dude, where
well,
is all of his documentation? I don't see it
from
anywhere.
from what I'm to understand is that because he was developing, I'm not going to say he developed it, the free energy, because I'm sorry, that was done way back in the day when they built pyramids.
He rediscovered
But
it.
he rediscovered it, was bringing it out. And from what I'm to understand, they kind of did him wrong, locked him up, took away all his shit. Now, some of the paperwork from Tesla ended up in Trump's uncle's hands.
I knew you were going to mention that.
So, yeah, of course I did. But I think he was a real person. I thought you meant Elon Musk.
Well, for all we know, if this world keeps getting stupider, the future's going to think Elon Musk was Tesla.
Reincarnation? What?
No.
Reincarnation of Tesla into Elon Musk.
You are not hearing me correctly. The world will get stupider by the lack of information, the lack of reading, and people will just think Elon Musk was Tesla. Full stop.
Look at here.
I
did it.
I got a question, Sherry.
Okay, I had to turn my phone off. I was listening to you on here, and I'm like,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I have a question.
Yes.
In 50 to 100 years, if we continue down the road we're going with education and getting rid of literature and all of that stuff, who's to say that it wouldn't start being taught that Elon Musk was Nikola Tesla? And that it's just blindly agreed with as fact because of how much of the world history we don't know anymore.
Right. But I don't think
1% of what we're living through right now is going to be retained, probably. The rest to the wind.
They're going to lock us all in a crazy house.
I've been there once.
and just like the old people I used to take care of, they used to tell me all kinds of stuff, and I would think, oh wow, these people have lost their minds. But now that I know the difference,
yeah, it's the ones that know better, know more, is the ones that get put in.
Well, also, there were a lot more crazy houses around the World's Fair compared to now.
Yeah.
Some of those videos in the World's Fair was just crazy. I even took a whole bunch of notes.
Oh, so here's another thing with that. So we have photographs, at least from what I recall, and I have actually some really good photographs I haven't shared yet from a souvenir book, but it's all like airbrushing, okay? So we don't really have legitimate photography from this era, as far as I'm concerned. And it's not into full, it's not out in the open, as far as I'm concerned.
Now, wait a minute. Was it one of the videos you sent me, or is it one that I found and saved in my reels?
Well, Chad also had one where he said there was like an airbrushing or oil painting of the burning of the World's Fair after it was over. Like they were taking, but it was a demolition. So they went ahead and formally burned everything down, and sure, a few people were standing by witnessing it like, oh wow, what an event, we're just burning everything, yeehaw. Like, I don't understand this whole concept here. Like, you built an entire city for 3 years only to use it for 18 months and then to burn it afterward. And a lot of it was made out of paper mache in Chicago, where we have all sorts of weather that would take it down in one torrential downpour.
I found it. And it's the first reel I pulled up. So I found a reel that talks about looking closely into a photograph, and it's an old photograph. And it shows the actual camera stuff they used to use. So apparently what this reel is saying, and I got this from some people from the Rabbit Hole. Thank you, with the Rabbit Hole. You have very interesting clips. And it shows this very old camera, and it is basically stating that this photograph was taken in the 1800s. So do you guys want to watch that?
Sure.
Because Steve is my connoisseur on photography and different stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm
So,
being very judgy tonight, so don't mind me. I'm really like I've had
That's
enough
okay.
shit
I
for
used to
today.
I was in photography. I took pictures. I worked on the yearbook and stuff. I'm not like you into film and all the good stuff that you've done, but you know.
Thank you.
are you ready for this one? Let me go ahead and bring this up. Slide my mouse over to the second screen.
Yo, Brenda,
1813.
Yeah.
you should probably turn your mic volume down a little bit since you're loud. Yeah.
Am I loud? Well, I didn't get it. I
You
didn't.
know, no, like it peaks once you start.
Oh, hang on.
It's all good. It's all good.
I gotta try to do this in the dark.
It'll help retain other viewers that it might bother for some reason or another.
Okay, well, let me.
I used to
turn
not
the
be
light
an
on.
audio nerd. I used to not be concerned about it whatsoever, but it does affect things.
It does make a difference. I don't know if you guys can hear. I have a mic, but I never hook it up.
Is that better, guys?
Yeah, you should be fine. It's just I don't want you to be limited with what you're saying because once you get louder, then it peaks out. So if it does it again, I'll just let you know.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Yep.
Yes.
It's the city of Krakow in southern Poland, flooded. But this flooding is not normal. It can happen after a hurricane or cyclone, but much bigger. Take a look at the surrounded building that is half submerged. The flooding has been so bad that other nearby buildings are almost completely submerged. So what could have caused this flood in 1813? It was caused by the Great Flood of 1802 following a 600-foot tsunami. And the photograph shows the waters receding 11 years later, and the buildings that were underwater beginning to appear on top. Some have doubts, saying that the camera was invented in 1839, how they photographed the flood of 1813. Well, the camera was invented long ago during the Tartars, and after Tartaria was decimated, destroyed by the Great Flood of 1802, the camera was just reintroduced by parts that control the world today. Look closely.
So what do you think of that?
I'm gonna do a little cross check here.
Okay. Hi, Jason. So I happened to run by that by accident when I was looking for the World's Fair stuff. And I seen that. And for some reason, I kept it, not knowing why. But when he started talking about pictures and photographs, I thought, clink, hang on a minute.
Yeah, that camera. Well, a lot of stuff ties in, even though it looks like it's separate.
Yeah, it's 1839 according to all of these books. It's 1839, the daguerreotype, I believe. Let me double check.
So yeah,
I've seen that camera before.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Daguerreotype. So I could show you what that even looks like.
My great uncle used to own a camera shop. He started out here in Ann Arbor. It was the only one that you can go get your film done or this and that. And yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm not very good with the digital stuff, though. I'm still old school.
I was born in it. But I started doing all the analog stuff first. First and foremost, I was using film, and then, like, in my formative years is when digital took off. So that's how I am, like, ambidextrous with both of them somewhat. Right. So you have the daguerreotype here, and I'm just saying, like, this is the first known documented images, but it's on a plate. Most of the time it was tin.
Right.
And they used silver halide crystals, a solution that, the whole thing was that the silver halide crystals would react to light, and that would produce the image. So based on how much light's entering, there's not as much light on the hair, but there's light bouncing off the skin. So that's how it would affect. It would make it like it would almost, if you went in like microscopically zoomed in on this stuff, the silver halide crystals would look like a 3D printed image with like peaks and valleys and everything. It's a similar thing to vinyl records, where they have the grooves in there for the different harmonics that the needle picks up.
So Now, but that picture that they were showing that was taken outside. So
Before,
the
yeah.
sunlight would make it lighter anyways. So, but
If we're talking hypothetics here, like you can't put into consideration everything that we know about film and photography, which is it started off where it took a long time to develop a print to even have it the exposure,
right.
and then going and making the image permanent. That's another process, the whole developing process. There's a fixing solution that you put the photos in so that it doesn't disappear or go black because the photo paper reacts to lights, and if you don't fix the image, then it will go black. But yeah, it's stuff like that where if we're talking about that the previous civilization that got wiped out had its own photography and video, then we throw this fucking book out the window.
Well, and then
We're talking about something different.
I watched the videos like way back in the 1800s when they had like these things that surrounded their bodies that they stepped into and they would hover and fly. So,
yeah, well, yeah, that was like late 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, technology, we know they have a lot of it and they just have kept it from us. I don't think that we've invented most of the stuff. I think that they have reinvented it and maybe with today's technology made it better.
Take a look at all these different photo formats. Look at the list of this stuff. And it starts from 1839. Yeah. What your video said too.
Right.
But like all of these different formats over almost 200 years.
I did rendering. When you do rendering on that, I learned how to develop pictures and the film. I learned how to do all that. I still have my notes from the dark room.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have those.
So, Jason and Brent, in case you didn't know, we're going to be doing some stuff on the World's Fair and the incubator babies, basically Cabbage Patch Kids, I guess
Yes.
you might call them.
It
So-
ties into that a lot, I've noticed. Looking it up. Cabbage Patch Kids kept on popping up.
So to weigh in on this, like a modern thing that just happened, Switzerland had a glacier that melted and caused a landslide, covered an entire fucking town. So the entire town is under mud now. Okay, so let's take that into consideration. An entire town by a mountainside got covered, and a lot of people died. But that also means all of their belongings, everything inside the houses are all still there. Everything. It's almost like with the North Carolina stuff. As petty or insignificant as it is overall, here I'm thinking with the North Carolina hurricane, how many collections of Hot Wheels are lost forever underneath everything, right? So like you have these investments, you have all of this stuff that people were holding on to for a long time, and now they're just buried.
Yep.
And who knows when they're going to get found? And if they get found, what are the future generations going to think of it?
In another 100 years, somebody could dig that stuff up and say, hey, look at these old photographs, When did we have cameras? When was it not just a cell phone? When was this? What is this? A Polaroid? They'll pull up and think, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Look, I took a picture of a payphone one day and posted it on my Facebook. Do you know how many people asked me what the hell that was?
What? Where'd you find it at? I'm curious where you found a payphone.
Outside of where I used to, laundromat where I used to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who are you hanging out with if they don't understand what that is?
They're younger kids, I guess. They were younger. Yeah, they had no idea what it was. They were like, is that a phone? Why is that phone outside?
That's weird.
What? And I'm thinking to myself,
it's weirder that you have people asking that. Like, how many people are you hanging out with? It's like 20 years old.
they're on my Facebook. What do you want me to do?
Okay, that's all right. You get a pass. You get a pass.
I get a pass.
I'm suspicious now.
Yeah, no, I don't make it
I'm
a
just
habit to
kidding.
hang
I'm
out with
kidding.
20-year-olds because they kind of drive me crazy in the way they think
Oh,
of the world today. They drive me insane.
they do. I
But
got one that's I got one. I have
yeah,
one.
yeah.
So in this book, we have a rock formation photographed. Look at that thing. That's probably from some other world disaster. That looks like a
Right,
pillar to me.
right,
Yeah.
And this is somewhere in Utah. And
Oh,
we've seen pictures from like Washington State and Oregon, like that. We have these elaborate buildings that are just like clad with all this artwork and design
right,
on the outside.
right.
Like something else I'm going to show. Ottawa, Canada.
Ottawa, Canada.
Have you seen Ottawa, Canada? Like the
No,
buildings that they have.
no. I
I
know
think I
people
might
that
have
live
been.
out towards that way, but I've never seen the buildings.
All right, then this is going to blow your mind. So give me a second.
I like my mind being blown. I'm weird. I'm weird. I'm weird. It's okay.
The Mind Blowers podcast. Welcome,
Yes,
everyone.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so this is Ottawa, Canada, and this is the Parliament building.
Yeah.
What the?
Wow. It looks like a castle and more.
This
Yeah.
thing is just sitting there, and then you got like these other really nice pictures, but like it's in the middle of Canada, where we're told it's all moose and people playing hockey and drinking beer. No, they have megalithic architecture here.
I'm kind of wondering because I speak to people on other shows that live in Canada. I kind of wonder if does it say what year that building was made or put up or built? Which I'm sorry, something that big looks like it would take probably 15 years to construct.
All of these buildings, for the most part, have been said it was built between a year and 3 years, which
Oh,
I don't buy it for a second.
Well, if it is,
No.
it's pretty damn cheap. Don't lean on it. The damn bitch will fall.
Yeah, nowadays.
Like,
Well, look at that.
like
Yeah.
this is the same building, but this is probably one of the most prominent parts of it.
And see, if you know what you know about the free electricity and all of that, look at all those peaks. What
Oh,
do you
yeah.
think those peaks are for?
Yeah, these look like the same buildings like that people have been pulling up from Tataria in the mud floods.
Right.
Yeah, look at the top of the thing.
The
Yes.
same symbolism everywhere.
Yep.
It's like just taken from Europe and plopped there.
Yeah. I mean, what,
The different color and type of bricks.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it's
that.
It's just more than just style. It's symbols of like, people that know the symbols can read it and walk up and
Correct.
say, oh, this is and this and this.
well, you know what I see? Sorry. You know what I see here?
What?
A bunch of energy antennas.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I see.
Yeah.
That's why I said that. A
Yep.
whole lot of them.
So
Have you
it's
heard of the thing that theory or potential of the oh, where were they? The Zeppelins, and that they would float up, that they had more, and they would, recharge up on those things, and a lot of those were ladders to get up for them to ride around, more than what we've been told.
Yes. Jason said that he better bundle up if we're going to Canada.
They're warming up now.
Oh, look at this. So development of the area, which was in the early 18th and 19th century, so 1700s, 1800s, was the site of a military base into a government precinct. What? Governmental precinct began in 1859.
Hmm.
And then following several extensions and department buildings, and then a fire in 1916 destroyed the center block, destroyed this.
Wow.
Wow.
A fire. You know, like gasoline from airplanes took down steel beams inside of a
Yeah, we need.
Come on, man.
I found a whole bunch of stuff on 9/11 too. So one day we're gonna do a show on that.
So
But,
they try to say the Chicago fire happened and it destroyed all the buildings. You look at these photographs of afterward, and it's bricks that look like they were blown away by mortars, by
brick,
Right.
or
stone.
cannon. Yeah,
Yeah.
just pieces of brick just all over the place. A whole corner of a building just
Yep.
blam. And you're
We're
trying to tell me it's
retarded.
a fire. Yeah,
We're
yeah.
retarded. We don't know any better. That's that's the government's. We have no idea. We are supposed to believe everything they tell us.
So
I call bullshit.
this was taken down by a fire in 1916. You tell me that that's actually what happened?
No, I don't believe it.
No.
If this building mattered to these people, which the people in charge probably didn't give a shit and wanted to get rid of it, if it did matter and a fire happened in this building, everyone would do everything in their power to preserve the building. But no. And I got one more here. What was it? It was some station in New York that's now the Madison Square Garden's there. I saw a reel about that too. Facebook's listening to us plan this show, and then they start showing me this shit.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, AI's got big ears, so they read the thumbnails and stuff. So yeah.
I know. It's like I talk to my phone when I'm not getting enough sales on eBay, and then all of a sudden, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, then it starts popping off sales. I'm like, I need more sales, eBay, and then boop, a half hour later, boop. It's like, okay, I need more. That's not enough. And then they keep happening. So I'm going to continue doing that too.
That works.
Right. So I think that a lot of the buildings like that, I think that all they did was they maybe added more to it to make it seem like it's different than what they originally started with, to fool us. Oh, look, we rebuilt this because back in the mud floods, this thing, was destroyed. Or look, we built this because we can build these buildings now. Do you all think that New York City was built this century? Yeah, think again. I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes, the stuff that they want us to believe. And a lot of people do, because it's called that, what do they call it? Predictive programming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but so the mud floods, what the hell was that?
I heard that.
That was my Facebook. I opened my Facebook. I'm sorry.
I thought we were going to Hawaii. What's going on?
I wish.
God. So in the mud floods, where it originated from, so you have Tartaria. We all know that the things in Tartaria that were built were never completely destroyed.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like what happened in Switzerland, say they got some big old buildings. They may leave that stuff alone while us old folks are still alive, but they'll bring it and revamp it later like they just built it.
Right.
So it's ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it seems to be a common theme.
Yes.
A lot of these old buildings, it's like, oh yeah, they built it in just a few years, and then a fire took it all down. But they had all of this like exotic stone brought overseas to here to build the stuff, like granite from Egypt and all of this stuff.
Right. So
what did they do with all of it? Just leave it? They just buried it in the rubble? It makes no sense to me.
So now, what I am quite interested in is, okay, the incubator babies, if they were not adopted and went to families, they did what with them? They put them in a train and relocated them somewhere to start a different civilization. Where are those kids? Where are their families? They obviously grew up to be adults. It could be any of us, and we just don't know that that's like the error that we came from. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's interesting, but I'm going to show that clip that I sent you, Sherry.
That was good.
First. about it and let me do this. I do not even have to do much. I just got to bring it up. It's already in there. It's fucking awesome. I love this 2-screen thing. Steve, you should have told me about how magnificent this actually was before I did this.
I might have mentioned it here and there.
Yeah.
1850s, just after the last reset, there began a massive push to reintroduce technology, culture, and even people to the world. World's fairs had these massive exhibits called live infant incubators. These exhibits were insanely popular, drawing millions of visitors. They even had nurses in uniforms acting like caretakers. The babies weren't premature. They were being artificially gestated. This wasn't just a medical breakthrough. This was unfathomably advanced technology. Artificial wombs, mass baby production. Sounds a whole lot like a new world being repopulated after something big went down.
This is what happened.
So that's basically what they did. So I've seen the videos how I think it's China has those birthing things where they're raising babies in these birthing things and robots are helping.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that one.
Why are they doing this? Why are they making more breeds of a civilization? You know, are they planning again? Or do they need to, you know, repopulate again? I mean, what are they up to, them sneaky little bastards?
Control, you know.
Well, they've always been up to that. That's
but when you have them that aren't, if you have them controlled, like not even close to a mom, not in a mom, not even a heart of a mom, of any impersonal human touch, and just have them grow that way, and then bring them out and teach them whatever, like a robot, like an AI. They
are breeding our next soulless. Now I say, and I have a hair in my eye, and I don't know why my hair is doing that, but anyways, they're going to bring the next soulless serial killers about.
Yeah.
Because
they're already here.
Well, well, those are the old ones. They're just still lingering.
Oh my goodness, they're still lingering.
They're still kind of lingering.
Actually, they've always been here. You have unfortunately, there's this whole obsession with serial killers, and there was this one H.H. Holmes that was during the World's Fair. I have 2 different books on the subject. One of them, I got it signed by the author at a horror convention of all places. But it goes into the detail where he had hired people to build this like death house in like sections. And then once they built the section, they'd get let go from the project and he'd hire new people. So no one would know the full layout blueprint of this place. And then he used it as a pharmacy on the first floor. So like a storefront pharmacy. And then up above was all of these different zigzag maze hallways and literal gas rooms, right, with steel doors, not wooden doors like what we hear about, you know, the whole Germany thing. Okay, and I'm not even gonna get into that today. Right. But that's all like documented with the H.H. Holmes stuff. He was murdering people, skinning them, taking their bones, putting the bones together, selling them to universities.
Yep.
And then he'd be walking around with a top hat and mustache, and don't think I'm one of those guys, okay? Because I wear the similar type of hat and stuff now for my weekend shows.
Where's your bones at, Steve? Where are you putting the bones?
I swear I'm not selling anything to the medical industry. I'm not killing anyone here. I'm just hurting people's feelings on the internet. That's all I'm doing.
I better find this stuff out before you move into my house and have your own room. Because I swear to God, if I open up a closet and bones fall out, we're going to have a conversation.
Oh man, yeah. So like this guy just got away with it for a long time. The location of where that building was it's like a vacant lot now. So like people can go visit it if they want and like get the heebie-jeebies, but that's about it. But it's probably very high activity with in regards to like the lost souls that went
Right.
through that, because there's probably thousands of people he killed, not hundreds. Like he
Wow.
admitted to a couple hundred. So you have to just wonder how many that he actually was like he got away with that he didn't say
Right.
anything about.
Right.
They had him locked up. He was writing notes and novels. They were treating him that's what I don't like about these serial killer stories, is that it's cool they have everything documented, but like don't glorify these people. They're the scum of the earth. They don't need to have a footnote in history like as big as they do. Another book that I have, The Devil in the White City, is a novelization of the World's Fair and the whole story that went behind it. So Burnham was the architect that designed the entire World's Fair, and he was behind a schedule and everything. That's why it happened in 1893 instead of 1892, because 1492 it's a celebration of the Christopher Columbus discovering America. So you wanted 1892, 400 years later, it ended up being 1893. And then you have World's Fairs every 4 years after that. 1897, you have it in Nashville. I think 1901 was St. Louis. And then I haven't looked past that. And that's just firsthand knowledge from me researching all this stuff. It just started to be this thing where every major city, it had all these buildings, and then like Nashville has the 1-to-1 scale Parthenon, where they have Athena, the giant goddess, just sitting in her throne. And then I show the videos on this channel here, like the photos and everything.
Yep.
That was never completed during the World's Fair. It actually got completed about 15 years ago, where they went in there and they put the gold plate and leaf on everything, and they put the little person angel, like the 7-10 foot angel sitting in the palm of her hand.
It's Nike is the little person. It's Nike.
Wow.
Nike tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Nike.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. It's Nike. It's her.
Go.
It's like Tinkerbell too. That's a representation. I looked into that. That's a representation of Tinkerbell as well, from Walt Disney.
Of course. I mean, we knew that. But I wanna play this
to bring it back around.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll bring it back around. Now this one is about like I believe it's like old the postcards and stuff, and there is actually a shot of it where it shows one of them like on sale on eBay for like $100 and some odd. I was really impressed. So hit this.
Welcome to the Hidden History series. In this episode, we will discuss the bizarre World's Fairs exhibits that became defined as the incubator babies, which became a socio-cultural aspect of American society and mainland Europe from the 14th of July 1853 to the 26th of April 1895. When you look at historical narratives of Western science, you will discover that there are some huge events that have happened that are never discussed. One such event is called the Orphan Train Movement, which was a welfare program that transported over 250,000 children, with claims the number was actually over 540,000. on locomotive carriages from crowded urban areas in the eastern United States to foster homes in the Midwest United States. It was claimed that these infants had been orphaned, abandoned, abused, or were homeless, when actually these were new immigrants. So where did all these infants come from? At the same time as the orphan trains, you had something called the incubator babies. The bizarre incubator babies were exhibited at the World's Fair, called the Exhibition of the Industry of All Nations, at Bryant Park in New York City, from the 14th of July 1853 to the 14th of November 1854. But there were vast...
If you want to comment on anything, Steve, just let me know so I can pause it.
Sounds good.
Okay.
numbers of the incubator babies that were also shown at other world fairs across mainland Europe and elsewhere on planet Earth. This activity continued right up to when the World's Fair known as the Fremantle Industrial Exhibition.
What now?
Go back to that last shot. Yeah, right there.
This one?
So you see the bar?
Yes.
This was the exhibit, one of the exhibits. So you'd walk in and you weren't supposed to go past the rail. You're just supposed to ooh and ah like an amusement park.
Good God. What? Okay.
So that's all I'm saying. Okay.
That's weird.
Continue on. Yeah.
Right up to when the World's Fair known as the Fremantle Industrial Exhibition was organised in the port city of Fremantle, next to the Swan River in Western Australia on the 4th of October 1894. When this World's Fair ended on the 26th of April 1895, the incubator babies were then concealed from the public. After these World Fairs, you had a man called Martin Arthur Cooney display them as a sideshow at the World Fairs from 1896 around the United States and first world countries.
Was it?
Those ones looked fake. Like, go back to because we can dissect this. This is real cool. They look too tiny.
No.
They're preemies.
Yeah.
At the World Fairs from
I would imagine when they're in the incubator thing that they would remove them when they feel that they're big enough. I don't think they, because like my grandson was smaller than those when he was born. So
yeah. So was mine. He was an incubator baby.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about something kind of different here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think, like, where the heck did all of these 500,000 children come from on the trains? They're saying they were immigrants. I know. I'm leaning towards the idea that these are orphaned from parents that were killed.
Yeah.
By these disasters.
I think that some of them, yes. And then I think that the whole incubator babies and the Cabbage Patch Kids is what they called them, or Cabbage Patch Babies.
If you look at a lot of these photos, and like I said before, some of them look like they're airbrushed. So like I'm not saying there's no photographs of this stuff. I mean, obviously there are, but airbrushing was a thing back then. And you did that with buildings that hadn't been built yet so that you could promote them to the public in newspapers and stuff and be like, look at this new building we're putting together. But also it could be one that like just nobody was able to visit those places at the time. So they could just say, hey, we're building this, but it was already there. And they're just doing the facade work on it and fixing it up and everything. But the fairs had all these people in suits and dresses. And why aren't there like there's just the upper classes going to these world fairs? Where's everyone else? Where's the workers? Where are all these people?
Right. And there any kids amongst those adults that were walking around in suits and dresses? You know? So
yeah, where are the children? That's another one. Where are all the little children running around?
Yeah.
1896 around the United States and first world countries.
There's one.
Martin Cooney was an obstetrician in the United States who became known as the incubator doctor. He established an amusement park sideshow called the Infantorium, in which Europeans, Canadians, and Americans paid 25 cents to view prematurely born minors displayed as the incubator babies. Whose children were the incubator babies? Where had they originated from? How was it possible for parentless infants to be exhibited as a sideshow at the world's fairs? Nothing that we have been given as the accepted historical narrative is actually correct. Most of the immigrants that left mainland Europe was for safety reasons, then settled in North America. However, the immigrants could not have constructed the massive buildings in locations such as Baltimore, in Maryland, and Richmond, in the Commonwealth of Virginia, alongside the numerous other urban settlements of the eastern United States that are seen in so many photographs from the Victorian period. Were the incubator babies a version of predictive programming and culture creation to prepare the minds of human beings for the covert techniques of genetic cloning? Was it so it could become accepted in society? Even though most individuals do not know who Martin Arthur Cooney actually is, he became quite famous in his own right. Martin Cooney was an obstetrician from the United States of German Jewish descent. From the 1st of May 1896 and onwards until the 5th of February 1943, Martin Arthur Cooney held exhibits of the incubator babies at the World Fairs to demonstrate the efficiency of the incubators through the United States of America and mainland Europe. Martin Cooney was an apprentice physician and worked under the obstetrician called Pierre Constant Boudin at the Paris Maternity Hospital in Paris, France. On the 30th of April 1896, Pierre Constant Boudin sent Martin Cooney to the Great Industrial Exhibition of Berlin. That was also called the Berlin Industrial Exposition in 1896, to show a new incubator and to promote its use throughout mainland Europe. At the Berlin Industrial Exposition, Martin Cooney held an exhibit called the Kinderbruder in Stahl, or child hatchery, to demonstrate the effectiveness of incubators. Many of the buildings at the Berlin Industrial Exposition were remnant edifices from Great Tartaria and the Old World Empire, and therefore Martin Arthur Cooney was exhibiting some incubator babies which had originated from Great Tartaria. Were these the parentless infants from the Old World Empire? With self-motivation and enthusiasm, Martin Cooney coordinated his first show in the United States of America at the Trans-Mississippi and International Exposition. This was a World's Fair held in Omaha, eastern Nebraska.
Yeah, what
from
the
the
fuck?
1st of June,
Pauses.
What?
You know, Omaha, Nebraska's just nothing.
Yeah.
They talk about like you go through Iowa or something, you're just all flat land. Nebraska's just nothing, and it's cold. The only thing in Omaha is the fucking university with the fucking football stadium now, and a train station to go past it to go to Colorado and then California and up to Washington State.
Okay, so we found a place that they did knock down all the buildings and never rebuilt them.
Look at this. You see, this took years to build. Years. And now there's nothing. As far as I can see, just fucking grass fields.
Yeah.
I've heard that. My friends traveling out that way.
There's nothing in Nebraska. I'm sorry. There's no civilization to like be noteworthy of there. Sorry, Nebraskans. But Omaha is just like, it's nothing. And maybe it got wiped out, but like, why would you put it in the middle of nowhere? And how do you expect people to get there, especially with the rail system like still being like put together?
Okay, hold this for instance. Okay, let's say that back then when they did this, they had their overpopulation like they say now.
Oh, right.
So, just saying. So they got rid of it. And by not building and rebuilding everything in Nebraska and leaving it the way it was, it thinned out their herd, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
They like that.
Are you ready? Can you handle it? Okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
98 to the 1st of November 1898. Its objective was to showcase the development of the entire western United States, stretching from the Mississippi River to the Pacific coast. The rural location of this World's Fair did...
Pause that. Hold on. We got to look at that again. Let's just gloss over it. Yeah, look at this like mile city that's just like in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, there we go.
Stretching from the Mississippi River to the Pacific coast.
What?
The rural location.
Now,
I'm glad I found this. I'm enjoying watching Steve watch it.
I know. Steve's so excited
you.
he can't contain himself.
This is my bread and butter. I love talking about this stuff. Go back a little more. I want to just see that
He's gonna
still
see that
frame.
again. He's gonna
Still
see
frame.
that again. Look at that.
Make
Look
a
at
full
that.
screen. Make a full screen.
Okay. Look at that.
Wow. Yeah. I
What
like
in
that.
the world?
And look at those buildings.
That's like something you would build an entire city around.
Yeah. And nothing. Not even parking spots.
No, here's some walking paths so you could take a break from the fair. And then you look at the bottom right, and that's like I would assume that's the railway, like a little further,
Here.
right there. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, right there. Yep.
and then you
Yeah,
got the
it
water on the side. So
Yeah.
So flat, like everywhere except there.
That's just hilarious.
And you don't just think of how long it took to build this stuff. It took more than just a few years. But if they did put it up that fast, why did they take it down so
It
fast?
could have been there, and then after the fact, they took it down.
Yeah.
That's
Plaster
how I
of Paris. Yes, Jason. Plaster of Paris.
think. Yeah.
Zen Ray said there was no bathrooms built in it.
Yeah, it's not even like a hole with a sign next to it saying, here's the where to go. Like,
Yep, I don't see no bathroom signs. Food, drinks, anything.
no, you got to do that stuff on the train. I'm sorry. You got to get out of here if you got to go pee or something.
They don't even have bushes big enough
Yeah,
to hide
that's what I was
behind it.
just going to say. There's no bushes or trees. Oh my gosh.
Like, you think about if they built this so fast, they don't have plumbing, they have only electricity on the walkways and the streets, maybe some indoors, but like that's all very intricate work that you have to put a lot of time into.
Right.
And I mean, if they had free energy, yeah, these buildings just powered the cities themselves. They didn't have to do anything. They just needed one good storm to come through and shock
there
the
are
top.
some high towered, you know.
you can
So,
Yeah, and those would probably capture the lightning strikes at most times. And then the other little ones are just like residual ones. If we're talking about storage of ether energy and the devices that they use, those are no longer around. We don't know where the heck they went.
the
But they
government
were-
has them hidden somewhere
Yeah.
underground. We all
This-
know that shit.
The same way that all of the bells in these different buildings got taken down and melted for materials for the wars. Yeah, so we just remove all the harmonics in all these buildings and just melt
Right.
down all the bells.
Right.
Oh, yeah. There's
All right.
more reasons behind that, too.
Yeah.
Off we go.
All right, yeah.
The rural location of this World's Fair did not attract large crowds of Americans, so the Great Reset was not adequately promoted at that location, and therefore Martin Arthur Cooney returned to mainland Europe to host an exhibit at the University.
Oh, they had a gondola. Look at that. Look at that. What the fuck?
Beautiful.
What the fuck? Okay, you know, firstly, it's bad enough that how difficult it is to just build a normal square building, but when you have like curves in this, how? And then you have a statue on top of it.
Yeah, it's a female. I can kind of see it. A female statue. I wonder who she is supposed to be.
Yeah, and they had similar ones at the Chicago World's Fair too.
Athena.
Athena.
I've never seen Steve so excited.
I know.
I'm on a rip. So I've been talking about like the energy grid for 6 hours last night on Abe's channel, and I'm over here like talking about World's Fair. Like this is I had the appetizers, the main dish, and we're all ready to go. And like, man, like that was stuff I didn't even know too much about last night. I was just digging into it. This stuff, I'm well aware. I'm so passionate about architecture and like looking at all of this stuff, and like breaks my heart when I see like an old movie theater close and get demolished.
Right.
And like it's continuing to happen here in the Chicagoland area, but there's some that got saved. But like for the most part, like this stuff, I would love to go visit it, but it's gone. And why is it gone?
Let's find out.
Universal Exposition of 1900. That was also called the 1900 Paris Exposition. After this event, Martin Cooney then returned in 1901 for the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, which was a World's Fair in New York City in
wants to see the
1901
map.
from the 1st of May.
No,
You
that
okay?
yeah. Go back a little bit.
I was watching you in the corner.
How far?
Right there is fine. I'll tell you when to pause it again. That's beautiful.
Cooney then
Yeah.
returned in 1901 for the Pan American Exposition.
Right there.
Yep.
So
The map.
this is not a photograph. Obviously, it's a painting.
Yes.
But look at that. And that's how they did it with the Chicago World's Fair, too. They made these artificial ponds. They had a whole around the world. Like, you know how Dubai is, where they have every country has a fucking island. That's what they were doing with this stuff, too, at the Chicago World's Fair. Over by, I want to say the Museum of Science and Industry now. I don't know. They swapped the buildings. Okay. They moved one museum to Roosevelt Road and all that. So the original one, the one that's currently at Roosevelt Road, that's not the one from the World's Fair. The ones from the World's Fair is over by the University of Chicago, further down south, and that's where they had these like plants from a certain country. So they made the island for it. They brought in flowers that were exotic. They had all of this stuff built out around just like this, including the buildings, the massive amount of buildings. It wasn't just like 5 or 6. It was a few hundred buildings they had up.
Right.
And you could clearly see this is like the blueprint for most of the World's Fairs. If we go look through there's hundreds of them though. It actually is kind of sickening.
Right.
A lot of them are out in Europe though,
Ah.
from the 1800s. Okay.
Which was a World's Fair in New York City in 1901 from the 1st of May to the 2nd of November 1901. Martin Arthur Cooney housed incubator babies in a building which had been constructed for his exhibit in the amusement section of the Pan American Exposition. Because this World's Fair was so large, the various incubator babies that Martin Cooney had put on public display attracted media attention from the Journal of Pediatrics, Scientific American, and Cosmopolitan. So when you visited these World Fairs, you could purchase a ticket for 25 cents and view these incubator babies.
I want to say something about this purchasing stuff for 25 cents. What the hell happened to inflation?
I don't know.
It was good until 1913.
Apparently.
I wasn't here.
Me neither, but hey, yeah, I don't know. I might have been stewing in an incubator. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
Babies, which were often put amongst the freak sideshows and the entertainment areas. There is very little information to what was done with these
you
infants
pause on
after
this
these shows, but it would make
That
The
one that we
the
just
one
passed.
with that one. Yeah, I screenshotted that and blew it up just to look at
there is very little
Yeah.
information to what
different people. Like
Okay.
you got the guy up in the corner that they said like the Wolfman, the people that
Yeah.
were in Mexico
Yeah.
that had that, the
Yeah.
lady. You got, I mean,
The
all the
dwarves.
people.
Well, this just looks like a normal night at Walmart now.
I know, right? Used to be circus, now it's Walmart.
At the end, there's a guy by the pillar. He's back. His head's backwards because what caught my eye when I was
Yeah.
watching it was his pants were on
Oh.
backwards.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
got
like, what? So that's why I screenshot it because I'm like, I got to get a look at this and see. Yeah.
Oh wow! Hey,
It
what's
caught
going
my
on?
eye when I
What
was
is-
watching.
He
what
was
is
turning his
this?
neck.
Yeah.
What
She's
is
on a
this
table.
here?
Yeah.
She
Oh,
has
what?
nothing. She's on a table.
Yeah.
She's has no
Quadriplegic.
arms, no legs.
Quadriplegic, yeah.
She's something else. She's
And then the one up at the top by one of the twins, he's got like a little head, looks like a little shrunken head
this
person.
one here.
And next to the one that's got a like I don't know what's above his head down. Yeah, there's a guy. One of the
one?
that one.
What the
What is going on here?
I just and then the tall
Okay.
cowboy. They got a lot of people.
I'm starting to kind of think why these people were phased out. What the fuck?
No, they got brought into the Worldwide Wrestling Federation in the 80s, and then it just kind of went south from there.
There is that. Okay. Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's a traveling show.
Circus. Yeah.
It's the same deal if you really think about it that way. But
Right.
These
I mean,
guys
they
need
got
to learn how to
twins.
brush their hair. That I don't know what don't know what their specialty was in that.
They look like they have dreadlocks.
Then you got this guy who has got like obvious giant genes.
Yeah, he's tall. That's a giant.
Yeah. Interesting people.
wow.
Yeah, I just the backwards guy just caught my eye, and I had to screenshot it and go, "What am I looking at?"
What about the guy sitting on the floor on the left side?
Right here.
Yeah, he's little too. Yeah, he looks like a monkey.
I'm not sure what. Yeah.
And then you got the guy drinking his booze on the left side at the end.
He's probably a fire spitter, is what I was trying to think. Where they drink it and spit the fire flamethrower.
Okay.
What's up?
There's a lot going on in this.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god, it's a little Indian. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's yeah.
Hang out, Woo. We might find your wife in here. Hang on.
Oh no. No.
I love Woo.
So there's also stuff that's also contradicting what I said earlier. So like this is 1901 New York Fair, and I don't know 1890s. Well, I said St. Louis was 1901, so that's where my flub was at. But still, there's a lot of World's Fairs. I'll show the Wikipedia page on it. I guess after this, but it's just so many. It gets overwhelming, and then that causes people not to research this stuff.
Right. So Wu brought up an interesting topic. He said that they used to display African American as tribal people, and they would say that their brain size was smaller. Well, that's pretty racist. I mean, really? That's terrible.
That's what you get out of that?
Well, that's terrible to say that African American people's brains are smaller. I mean,
it's a scientific fact in a way, but no. I mean, I sound racist just saying that, right? There's like a less frontal cortex. That's actually a known thing, but it's taboo to talk about it.
I guess I should.
And it's not everyone. It's not everyone though. It's not everyone.
Oh, okay.
It would be to say that for like across the board, everybody's like that. But no, there's different people that just have different brain sizes.
Jason.
It sounds so bad. It sounds so bad.
Wait, Jason. Let me call everything smaller. Jason, I'm embarrassed for you. Maybe that's why.
Just think about this though. Like Leonardo da Vinci, and this is all like up for grabs. It's all hypothetical, but like Leonardo da Vinci was doing illegal stuff at the time, dissecting people's bodies, and nobody knew what people's insides looked like until after he started going through that. At least modern,
right?
The modern history of everything. But the reason I'm saying this about what you said with the smaller brain thing in the chat here too.
Yeah.
It's just because I can understand at this time frame how that would be appealing to people to go see it as a sideshow. And how horrible that is now in today's standards. Back then it was totally acceptable. And also the whole thing with the slavery, that was like 1% of the population. So it was always going to be an attraction because not that many people experienced it. It was like the amount of people that apparently own slaves, it's so inflated nowadays. You'd think like over half the country owns slaves.
Right. All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
No.
What was done with these infants after these shows, but it would make sense that this would have added to the excessive number of children aboard the orphan trains and in the orphanages at this time. But the way these were displayed at the world fairs, it would also suggest that there was some sort of industry being created with these incubators, and these were being put into production. There are no public records about how many incubator babies were nurtured by such methods, but there were films made, and in 1901 the short film called The Over-Incubated Baby was produced by the British filmmaker and ceremonial magician called Walter Robert Booth. In the film, he stated that you could get 12 months growth in 1 hour within these incubators. This may be an exaggeration, but why and what was the need to make this bizarre film? Or maybe it was an advert.
Okay, hang on. You know, our bodies are they go by vibration, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So let's say if they were onto something back then, and they would say, well, we can make this baby grow, and they put them in these things, and what if they did them by vibration?
That's a very good hypothetical question. I like that.
Ah.
I like that. By the way, when I was on my little rant just earlier, the camera cut out.
Oh,
I saw that.
So somebody didn't like me saying that stuff.
probably.
Hey, I'm here looking at all this stuff objectively. If I'm hurting anybody's feelings, I'm sorry. But I'm here just objectively looking at this stuff with knowledge from stuff as far back as 150 years ago. So that's why I have the viewpoint I do. And it's not, I'm saying this because I've studied that era. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it up, because I'm well educated in the subject, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Jason says, whatever you do, don't shake the baby. Okay.
Where did all these babies come from?
It's Greta Thunberg.
Were these the first genetic
right?
clones made? Do these contribute to the term we have today called NPC, which is a non-playing character? Could this explain how so many just follow aimlessly with the narratives of Western science? Because so many of the incubator babies were displayed at the world fairs, it means that a kind of predictive
That's a
programming
Matrix baby.
and culture creation had
See? And they throw that in there. You see this?
Matrix
Right?
baby.
Matrix baby.
been revealed to the American people, as with
There
many
we go.
other human beings
Now-
on planet Earth.
So, okay.
The question is, were these babies just grown without a womb?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, what the hell? Come on now. Give me that. There we go.
Because
Imagine walking into a store and buying a baby like that. That's nuts.
Baby in a tube. I mean,
35 grand. Do you take credit card or check? If you want to pay by cash, we'll do a
so
discount.
now back in that day, when you think about it, now what if quite a few of those babies, and I'm not saying all of them, but what if they were from women who got pregnant, didn't want the babies, and they went full term and they just took them, gave them to these people, put them in these little incubator things, and, you know, raised them like that. So some of those babies could have come from stuff like that, you know?
right? Yeah, I think
So, all right, here we go. Maybe.
The American people, as with many other human beings on planet Earth. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll
Yep, that
Thank
was
you
him.
very much there, Josh. We really appreciated your video, and you did a wonderful job. Just saying. So, get over yourself. Anyways, so what do you guys, I mean, there are many things that could have happened, but see, now back then, to be able to think about this, to be able to grow a baby, even in an incubator, you had to have some kind of knowledge of science. And supposedly back then they didn't have that stuff. So tell me where that came from.
So
They
this
had
is
it.
this is apparently the last Chicago World's Fair building in existence. It is today known as the Museum of Science and Industry. But after the fair, it was made into the Field Museum, which is now over by Grant Park, Millennium Park. They relocated that theme of the museum to the second museum built. And then this one was rethemed to the Museum of Science and Industry. And it has a dome on it. But
Did they rebuild it or move the whole building?
This building stayed where it was.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, I wanted to show just a few parts of this, and then I'll do a screen share later once I get the Google Maps open. But like, this is the main parts of the building that you see, like in many pictures. But the dome is incredible.
Yeah.
And it's by all this like swampland now, but that's where they had all of the exotic plants and everything that they brought in. So like, they had ships of all of this stuff of agriculture just brought in for this fair over many years to have this thing operate for less than 2 years. It makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That doesn't.
I'll get the maps open though, and then we'll look at the overhead of it. Because I love looking at this stuff. And I'm glad it's still there.
All the buildings though have a like similarity from Europe to the college buildings, because like here, the University of Michigan, you go downtown and the buildings, look the same. They got the pillars, they got the with certain points. Some of them we have
So yeah. So I want to show you guys a picture that Sherry sent me. Maybe. And there's this. Now, if you look on there, it talks about 1805 cloning aid, Babylon babies.
yeah,
I think we're onto something here.
So was it true that they were trying to be able to prepare for people for cloning? I mean, they've had this technology, people. They've had it.
You know what this reminds me of?
But
The Harry Potter books, where they have this creature called the Mandrake.
Yep.
oh yeah.
It has the plant leaves out of the top, and they pull it out of the ground, and it screams. You have to wear headphones or earmuffs so that you don't go deaf with it. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Like these bits of facts just kind of peppered into fictional literature. I think that's what's also happening too. So who knows what J.K. Rowling knows? Like she's running against like the grain, so to speak, right now with everything, which I'm surprised by. I thought back like 18 years ago, where she like after all the books were done, she came out and said like, "Oh, Dumbledore was gay." It's like, why did you need to say that? You couldn't say that in any of the 7 books that you wrote. You had to say it after the fact. And now she's going against all the trans stuff, which I'm surprised by. I mean, I guess she's more feminist than anything. But the thing is, like, she was standing up for women. Right. And that's her stance on it. And like, I was really impressed that she spoke out about it being such a high caliber individual in society, well known around the world for the Harry Potter franchise. And now she's been pretty much admonished, and like they tried to like ban her on Twitter and everything, and for her saying a woman is a woman and you can't make a man into a woman. And like everyone was just losing their minds over it. But that was just like one section of Twitter, where the majority of people agree with that you can't turn a man into a woman. A man can't deliver babies. The whole thing that makes us different and unique is what's so great about being who we are. And God's not making mistakes.
Right.
That's another thing. Like, God made us exactly how we're supposed to be.
Right.
I could have a full beard if I want to. I could shave this off all I want. But eventually, if I just let it grow, it's going to be a beard. And that's naturally how I would be. Right. But I choose to go and make the mustache and all that stuff.
Jason said, aren't we getting a World's Fair in Iowa? Well, I hope not, because it seems like every time they come up with a World's Fair, it's called a reset.
I'm going to have to look into that. I have so many pages open. Oh, my God. Oh.
Stop, we're going to die. Quick, everybody, have sex. Oh. Sherry's like, what?
It's not the end of the world here. What are we talking about here? Okay, so we're looking at an overhead of Chicago downtown. So we have the Chicago River here. It branches off to the north and the south. And we have Millennium Park here and Grant Park. Here's Buckingham Fountain. And where are you at? Museum of Science. You got Hutchinson Fields. What's that?
So is that like down from Navy Pier?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So Navy Pier is north of it?
It sure is. It's right here.
Okay.
It's on this. And then you got the Chicago Children's Museum there as well.
Yeah,
I'll zoom in a little.
Way. I've been there. So that's why I was trying to figure out a reference.
Yeah, this is the pier. Yeah,
so where does Chicago have room to put a World's Fair?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Okay.
They put a World's Fair. Come on, where are you at?
I don't know. I see some empty spots with no parking.
Yeah.
No, you're going to be really surprised by this. Hold on. So this is where the building is, right? So the building that remains, and then all of this is called the Garden of the Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
So this is where that whole the Gardens of the World was.
Yeah.
But it continues. It goes down to 67th Street, and I think it might have gone even further than that. So imagine from here all the way through Hyde Park and all up along here. I'd imagine it was all just different stuff. But for the most part, you add it all. Like this is like one piece of it. Just one piece. I'm going to have to open up another window because both of my windows are maxed out. This is horrible.
Maxing your windows out.
Need more screens, Steve.
You need a third one, Steve. You need a third one.
I do. It's getting ridiculous here. I don't know how I have so many tabs open.
Now that I've been having so much fun having a second monitor, my daughter's like, wait, Mom, you'll need a third one here soon. I'm like, I need a bigger desk first.
Yeah.
It's like, good God almighty. So,
here's what I'll do. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'll try to prep that.
So I'm going to show you guys this so that everybody knows here. Look I was so fucking proud of myself. Let me just say, pat myself on the back. I have them both and they're running.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
It looks really nice.
Yeah,
I was like so proud of myself. I was like, woohoo.
Oh.
But
you can't add a third.
no, not until I move and I have more space where I get a bigger desk, and then I can try to figure that out after that. But I'm going to have to get another tower to be able to support all three screens because, I don't know. I may not have room in this.
That you just got walls of screen.
Okay, so I got to really correct the record here. So the Ferris wheel at Navy Pier is not the one at the World's Fair.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to show a picture of the one that was at the World's Fair. So this one, these are the size of train cars.
Wow.
And they fit a bunch of people in this. So, after the fair, they just stopped operating it. And then they tried to move it to a different location. And then they just sold it for scrap metal.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
Infuriating. Infuriating in terms of historical records of everything.
Yeah.
Here's another good shot of it. So it was sitting in the middle of like a really low-class area where people were barely getting by paying stuff. Almost like today. Living paycheck to paycheck. That's what this area turned into.
Yeah.
But there's also that statue. Let's see if we can find that.
And Norma's got a good point. It's all to get rid of history.
Yeah.
The problem with it is see, now we have the internet. And when it's on the internet, it's forever. Regardless.
I really should take out the one. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this for your show.
What are you going to do? He's standing up. You going to dance? What's going on?
Hello,
I was too busy looking at the statue. I didn't even notice. I'm more about architect too, and I can't tell if it's a female.
I told Steve he missed his calling. He should have been an architect. He's not
Yeah.
too late to go back to school. He's still young. Go do it.
I am the architect.
I
I am the revolutionary.
Is that a male or female statue? Kind of looks like Caesar.
I'm not sure. You see, the bad thing about this is I haven't been researching this as much as I should these days, so a lot of my knowledge is kind of dropped off the wayside here.
So
I think it's a female.
Jason said, what if they made it a restaurant and after you turn your circle once, your food will be ready? And then it's a good idea.
Oh, you see this
really.
building in the back? Yeah.
Oh, and it's got. Does that people?
That would actually be fun.
Like statues?
Those
They
are
got-
statues of people, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. But
Ooh.
yeah. See, look, it looks like Caesar because he's got the thing that comes
Yeah.
up, up
The
and
leaves
around.
around his head, yeah.
So why would Caesar be here? In
Wasn't
Chicago.
Caesar fatter?
I don't know.
That's too fit to be Caesar, I do believe.
Then he's got his staff, which always represents something, and he's holding a ball, a globe,
Mm.
Let's see again. Hold on.
the world. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
holding
globe.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
with the
Holding
bird
a
on it.
globe with the bird. Yep.
Mm,
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Rome came here, right?
Yeah. I wonder who all those people are, the other statues. Who are they? Or are those people just looking?
No, those are statues. I think.
Okay. I didn't want to,
Or what-
Unfortunately-
are they- no?
We're going to have so many questions that we won't be able to answer tonight. It's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would love to be able to identify everybody on here, but the amount of research that it would require, it would probably take months or years just to
Okay.
find out who those are.
Well, then they are not that important because they're not up front.
No, I don't have that much patience.
Right?
I'll forget. What were you talking about?
I know, right?
Oh, I might have found it. Please let me have found it. I ended up photographing. I probably shouldn't even say this. So there was a gift shop photograph book from the World's Fair, and somehow it ended up at a museum I was volunteering at. And so I volunteered to scan in the photos because they weren't scanned in yet. And I kept a copy for my personal collection. But I'm not publishing them anywhere. Like, I'm just keeping them. I'm keeping them in case the museum loses them, which, I mean, there's a very high chance they might.
You naughty boys, Steve, you.
As long as you're just, your personal use, it's not an issue.
And really, for all the work that I do, I'm archiving it in case the other party loses it. So
Yeah.
that's the way that I went about it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know where this would be at. I'd have to take out all my hard drives and look. I was doing this in like 2017. So give me a few minutes. I'll try to look for it. I would like to show some of these photographs here so that we could dissect them.
Well, while you do that, I do have another video that that Sherry pulled up, and these are modern day incubators.
It's a good comparison.
Hey, modern day incubators. So let me, Steve, I hid your thing for now. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Okay. Brenda, why don't you unmute it? Okay. Grow our babies.
Yeah. That's gross.
Okay,
That's,
what are we doing here?
it's a lamb. They're making one.
I'm in shock. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
All right. The question is, are they taking science too far?
Yeah.
I'm tossed on that. And the reason why I'm tossed on that is because I always wanted more children. I wasn't really supposed to have mine, and I almost died during childbirth. Would this be a way for me to be able to have more children, or just going to other countries and different stuff like that and adopting? Now, there are plenty of children out there that do need a home. But however, I think that if I could have a brand new baby, I might take something like this into consideration, you know? As long as it was in my home and not some lab somewhere, or, you know, where I could be around that baby, or I could talk to that baby, or I could, you know, something like that. That might be something I would have to definitely think about. But that lamb thing, that was ridiculous. I'm sorry. Nature has its way. Let them go out there and have their own children.
Well, they're doing that. Like, what I was getting out of this is like, women don't have to get pregnant. You don't have to get the pain, the aches. You can still continue living your life with your husband and friends and look at your baby while it's growing. And it's like, well, you totally missed the bonding. There's no bonding.
Yes, and that would be it. And putting that whole, well, women don't have to have children. I'm sorry, that's an experience that I think that if you can, every woman should live through at least once.
Right. Right.
I mean,
Maybe
really
that's
is.
where men can have babies, is their incubator babies.
Okay.
You know what they're doing now?
What?
They're making prosthetic babies that they could shove up their butt.
What?
I kid you not.
Okay, we're dropping that subject now. Let's just
Okay.
go.
Yeah. I think the incubator
Putting
thing is
myself
much
to a little
better.
upgrade.
They say tech, it's called Tech Insider
Yeah. UK.
in the UK.
Yeah.
Now, I speak with people in the UK, so I'm going to have to ask about this because that's kind of a little concerning to me.
There's another one I haven't found. I don't remember what I did with it, and it shows like shows like a stadium with the levels going up of just a whole bunch of those incubators, babies, and how somebody like a AI system would control it and watch it and whatnot. That they were kind of hoping. I seen that like 3 or 4 years ago or something, maybe 4. But I don't know what I did. I held it somewhere, but I haven't found it yet where I put it, because I do have a hard drive, and then I have, things tucked here and there. So I might, if I find it, I can send it to you.
I'm kind of I don't know. I'm kind of disturbed about some of this stuff. Although it doesn't surprise me, because I mean, I'm just here to say that I think that we have had this technology for so long, but they just weren't ready for stuff like that back then. Like the talk of UFOs now and aliens, people are more accepting nowadays than they were back in the days of, in the 1930s. They were scared to death, thinking that, we were all going to die. People are more accepting of this stuff now. So, but this now,
That's the first time I saw it, I just no. I'm a mom, and even if I couldn't have kids, I would still love the kids that are here on the planet and not go make an incubator baby. That's my personal thing.
I mean, you don't know where it now. Okay, let's do this. When a woman can't get pregnant for some reason, okay, they have sperm banks. We all know what those are, okay? All right. So they take these, they do the artificial insemination, okay? But basically, you're still going through that motherhood. You're still going through that feeling the baby move. You're still going through all of that, And personally, I hear a lot of the younger generation saying, well, we don't want to have kids. We don't want to have a baby. I don't want to have a baby. They will say that until they feel it move.
Mm-hmm.
Once they feel it move, that's where that bonding starts happening.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't want to pick my baby out of a Cabbage Patch, but I'm one of these people who, if there's babies in need of a home, my God, give me a bigger place. I'll take them all.
Right.
But
I just, when you saw at the end, it says, so you don't have to go to a surrogate, but that seems like the new cool, it's not new, but the cool thing, Hollywood people are having surrogate babies. All of a sudden there's, this one and that one. I'm not going to name any.
Well, they can't take time out of their busy schedule to worry about pregnancy.
But then why
they don't want to destroy their own bodies,
right? Then don't do it. Don't, just stop. All right,
right? No kidding. Jesus,
that's my opinion.
Maybe some people just shouldn't breed. Okay.
There's a lot of people that throughout centuries of like, oh no.
Right. I see the point. Steve, you look in depth in something. What are you doing?
I'm looking for the folder that I thought I had these in. Maybe it's not here anymore.
Uh-oh.
That'll save me legally, right?
Well, true. True. But yeah, so I don't, God, I just don't know. Some things are just so stupid. Okay.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. But Norma said, the IVF industrial, being honest with the eggs that are stored. Yeah, you don't know. I wonder if you got like somebody else's egg. Your kid it's not even your kid, but you think the baby's yours because you had it or somebody had it or something.
I have been collecting a lot of stuff on 9/11. So, people, we are going to end up doing a show on 9/11.
Oh, your channel's screwed.
I don't know when, but we are going to do it. Did you say we're going to be screwed?
Your channel's screwed now, yeah.
Hey, it's already out there in the open, so
don't post on TikTok about it.
Here's some, I don't. So here's some stuff about our technology and advanced technology. We'll find out what year this was.
More advanced than us. Watch this.
Flying, people. He's flying.
I seen this.
Yeah. Harmonics.
I love the rabbit hole. They find such.
Why are we still driving?
Why are we still driving?
Because our ancestors.
We're still driving because we have foolish people that can't drive, so we sure the fuck ain't
Yeah.
gonna let them fly.
I wouldn't want that. That'd be a mess. No. They could just stay in the cars for now. I drive all the time. I drive everywhere. And I used to drive like 100 miles a day doing deliveries. And so I know the difference from way back to now to where it's just like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Steve, I want to do more stuff on World's Fair because we can always do another show on it. But I want to start looking into Tartaria and doing the Tartaria stuff. I have found a lot of stuff on that. And another one I would like to get into, which is a touchy situation, is Bohemian Grove.
Twilight Zone music.
Yeah. Yeah. Bohemian Grove. We all know about Bohemian Grove.
Yes.
Yeah.
So many stories, so many things. Actually, I kind of looked into the history of it. I just ever since things shut down 5 years ago, it seems like I like to call it that the world shut down and everybody was at home, and then all of a sudden more information popped out than what, because everybody was online, and it was like I was looking at this stuff.
People got bored and started reading and looking into things and became knowledgeable. So they thought they did the whole entire world shutdown for their own purpose, when in all actuality, they made it so that the rest of us got smarter to what they were doing.
So, like parents got to learn what their kids were learning.
Is that it, Steve? Is that what I'm looking for?
Oh my gosh.
These are pictures that I pulled off the internet, not from the museum.
Okay.
So these are pictures I pulled up. This is in my Old World folder. I have a folder called Old World. But these are from Chicago.
Yep.
From that fair. That's that same picture we looked at earlier, the same statue. But look at the size of it.
It's huge.
It's like gold plated.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's another one. Like, look at this. Like, and you have modern fencing practically on top of the building here. But, like, look at all the towers in the back.
Yeah.
Look at that. And we'll keep going until I exhaust all of this. Then you have a bridge over a waterway. You know how long it takes for these assholes to build bridges today?
I know, right? They just threw them up back then. Oh,
it's like getting close to a year for an overpass bridge here near Skokie.
Oh yeah,
like they're working on the second side of it now.
We've had some redone.
Look at this stuff.
That's
I love it.
Wow, that's pretty. Look at that.
It made the water look so nice and blue.
Well, that's added in after the fact.
Yeah, I know.
Look at all those people.
Yeah. I want to say that's like opening day of the fair. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that might be the same bridge, actually. And you have the obelisks and stuff. You have domes. You have the towers with the ether antennas.
Yep.
Not sure what building this is. You see, that's the problem with all this stuff. We don't have exact reference points.
Right.
Well, like, look at that. Imagine just standing there and looking at this stuff.
It is amazing.
And look, your background is doing a lightning bolt right onto the.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. You're feeling up.
They're gonna cut my feed soon, so I only got a few seconds left. Hold on.
Yeah. Got another one going.
Wow.
Just beautiful architecture. And then you have the gondolas here in the water.
That's what I need for my house when it rains. I need a gondola. and a couple paddles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll feed your doggies. That'll be good.
They can swim. They're good.
Now here is another architecture feature of this arch, which we see just by itself, like this little thing. Like that's all that remains in a lot of places out in Europe.
Right. Okay, I know what you're saying.
They have like an arch in a center square.
Yep. Yep. That's wow. Left.
Yeah, they have these statues too, which I guess are no longer around. Why would they get rid of that?
That's
Erasing history.
Well, that's because that's showing a farmer with his horse that. Okay.
I know, like thinking about it too much. Look, you're Brenda crying already about this.
No, my eyes are watering.
I've cried about it many times. You see, a macho man expresses all types of emotions. Oh yeah. It's okay to feel bad once in a while. You watch the World's Fair pictures and know that everything's gone. You get to cry a little bit. All your history's lost. Don't worry about it. Feel it.
No, I think I've got Yarden. I think I have mold in my wall from all that water because my allergies have been going ape shit all week.
That's not good.
So yeah, it's been kind of bad.
You should probably get it checked out.
No, I'm just gonna move. They don't want to fix it. They turned around to fix the outside and make sure it doesn't leak in here anymore. They want to move me to a different apartment, but yet they want me to stay there. I said, yeah, if you want to take down my back fence and move my shed and move my my deck and all that stuff with me.
Oh my goodness.
But if you don't want to do all that, I'm not going anywhere because you're not going to get a benefit of having a big ass shed in the back for people to store things off of my dime. Not going to happen.
You see, I look at this photo and I'm like, where did all of this material go? This was not plaster of Paris.
We sold it to China. Oh. I don't know.
This doesn't exist anymore. It's nowhere to be found. It's gone. It's wiped off the face of the earth. Now, this also could be a painting. It kind of looks like one with all of the colorization to it, but still the immensity of these buildings and then just to be gone. Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Like look at the size of the people down here.
The fountains. I like the fountains. How it's layered up. It's just like layered, and then you go up to the fountains with all the different.
And here's another thing. So like they have a boat that's a statue with people with rows. You see that?
Oh yeah, I saw that last time too. I wonder what kind of boat. Okay. This is so European though. It looks like I'm looking at buildings in Europe. And
a lot of these are visitors. They don't live here in the Chicago area. They all came in to experience the fair. We have it every year in Europe, but now here we are with the first time in the United States. As far as I'm concerned, I might be wrong on that, but a lot of it was in Europe before they started doing it here.
Yeah, but still, look at that.
Unreal.
It's like now you see it, now you don't. It's possibly those were all like there. They did things, used as World Fair, and then destroyed it deliberately.
Hey, there's our Ferris wheel.
That one. That's huge.
Not the modern one that's at the pier.
Yeah. I never went on it.
And this thing's like 3 times as large, by the way. Like it's a huge sucker. And that might be a repeat. So these are other angles of it. So this is actually the museum building. So this is the only one that survived, is this building in the back. And the water's still there, obviously. You saw the pond in front. But it's like not really taken care of. It's gone back to nature. It's a swamp. The entirety of Chicago is a swamp. And they use the excuse. I said this on another show. I don't know if it was here or Abe's. They raised the grading of the city after a certain time. So now that's why you have a lower whacker drive and upper whacker drive. But they renumbered all the streets. They raised everything up a certain amount of feet. And then that was to prevent like the flooding and also all the just the soft land there. They had to dig down into the bedrock so that they could put up the skyscrapers.
Wow. That's
Oh,
that's
look
beautiful.
at that. I love this stuff. I wish I could go see it today.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. It's huge. Huh.
And again, the pillars on the top, and you have the statues on top of the pillars. Like, what's going on? And where did it all go? Oh, yeah, and here's a house baked into the side of a melt. So this is a whole thing where it's like, this is not related to the fairs, but why would a house be tucked in like that? Unless there was something that happened, which I believe one of these major catastrophes was a sound weapon was used and got out of control or it did its job and it melted everything just by sound alone. And then this was the result where like this might have been built after the fact, but it looks like it was built before, and then all of this stuff kind of just slushed into it and then hardened again once the sound weapon was turned off.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Is it was built and then that happened and it's stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
That I can see it that way as well.
So this is I'm not sure where this one's from, but this is another World's Fair. It might be Chicago's. Yeah, this is still Chicago. So this is that statue of the ship. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then with all the water, you'd think like seeing it in person, this thing must have been magnificent.
Huh.
Oh yeah, this was kind of interesting too. Imagine seeing that in the sky.
That'd be cool. Back then, they probably were afraid.
Oh, there's a magical post office to deliver mail to 3 people.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You know, their clock tower, every clock tower that I've seen in some of your pictures are so similar. Like, even here, we have clock towers just like that.
Yeah. London.
Yeah, the big one. There's something that goes with the clock towers. I'm not sure what, but that's another significant.
Oh, that's another weird one. Okay. That was that.
So
I tried my best.
That was
you
cool.
did good.
Thank you.
You did
I liked
good.
it.
Thanks.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
Those are pictures that are not well circulated, so
No,
you
I never
got
seen them.
real.
I had my face up. My eyes hurt. I had my face up squinting.
Right. So Norma, you didn't get a notification again? YouTube is so screwed up. It's so screwed up. But I'm getting some things going, and like I said, I've been looking into doing some really neat stuff. If I get in trouble for it, I get in trouble for it. It wouldn't be the first time.
Here's one. I got one
I'm
more
not
picture.
scared. I'm not scared.
Oh, wow.
What on earth?
So this says, this one we found on a surface mine in West Virginia. The existence of these can only be explained by the Genesis flood account. We also found these trees underground everywhere. The root ball usually set on top of the coal seam, and they were referred to as kettle bottoms. They were extremely dangerous due to their tremendous size and weight, and if you didn't strap them to the top. So this is basically saying that there was some like liquid mud or something that came through and just covered everything, and then it re-solidified, and then that's where we have these mines that are being dug out. And they're like this is a coal mine. The coal mine, they found a tree just vertical in there. And if the coal's supposed to be developed over thousands of years of like compression and all that bullshit, then why does this exist?
Well, Susie bought a property that had a tree growing out of the off the roof. I told her she should have left it there, but she took it down. So I guess trees will grow anywhere, won't they?
Well, they will, yeah. I mean, you got those like propeller seeds that'll start growing in the gutters and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is like, it's not trees growing through coal. I want to say the tree was there before the coal deposits showed up. And that it just got encased inside this whatever slop that was created from either the Genesis flood or the sound weapon liquefaction of the ground, which would cause mudslides and everything, and turning stone into liquid. That's my only hypothesis right now. After everything I've been looking at.
A lot of people believe in that, or have talked about that over the years of that, the liquefying. There's another word for it. I can't think of it right now. And then as it hardens, but also like a tactic, warfare tactic. But they tell everybody else something different, right? Like, oh no, a catastrophe happened here. Geez, I don't know what happened. Let's figure it out or not, or maybe let's look over this way, and you're on to something next. And
right.
But it's worldwide. I mean, it's been said, like in theories and stuff, that there's been quite a bit of wars that we're unfamiliar, not us humans, but others. And kind of making some messes around here. And now we're sitting around trying to figure out what happened naturally or non-naturally. Or then you have the narrative that's always putting out something like, could this possibly happen? Could this be? And darn well they know what happened. They just don't want to tell anybody.
Right. So what do you guys think about doing a few other things on this stuff? I guess y'all can try to keep me out of trouble. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but it's all good.
I'll try.
I say cover whatever you'd like to. It's your channel.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just getting started here, but it's already been 2 hours. It happens with me here. I'm like, shit. I don't know what's going on.
And I have to run and go do something else too tonight. So, but yeah, we can pick up some more of this stuff on World Fairs because there's always so much to talk about, and Tartaria and all of that. Because I think they kind of all mushed together, really.
Yeah.
So all of the resets that they like to do.
Over and over.
I know, right? Over and over and over again. So Steve, what all do you have coming up on your channel?
Tomorrow was supposed to be another Bermuda Triangle deep dive, but I don't think that book's showing up tomorrow. So the next show I'm probably doing is Friday, and I'm interviewing my high school broadcasting teacher again, and I'm going to ask him about the radio tower stuff. Although he's probably not going to be as into the woo-woo stuff. He's more practical, like, I did this, I announced here, and this, that, like giving history of his past.
Practical people, Steve? Where the hell did you find practical people? I don't know any of those.
This guy's a gem. What would you call it? He's a national treasure, I'd say. He's one of the best teachers I had, and he's just, his aura is on another level. So, like, his laugh is infectious. So I'm probably going to be fucking yucking it up on the show with him.
See how swollen I am all through here from my sinuses?
Oh yeah,
yeah. My sinuses have just been so screwed. It's horrible. I'm just.
Oh,
Yeah, we've had the whiplash weather up here, so it's kind of like, is it hot? Is it cold? Is
Yeah.
it raining? Is it
What
sunny?
is it?
so my book for Bermuda Triangles in Melrose Park, Illinois, so it's close by. If it doesn't show up tomorrow, I'm going to have to wait till next week for the Bermuda show. But Thursdays I usually do Bermuda Triangle, and Tuesdays I'm doing Coral Castle deep dives, which I've been reading this book, The Energy Grid by Bruce L. Cathy.
Oh,
This stuff is really something else. There's a lot of mathematics in here, but they're linking up like UFO flaps to the ley lines. And they're just covering New Zealand right now, where we're in. But at the end of the book, it talks about Coral Castle. So we'll eventually get to that again. But this was recommended reading from another Coral Castle book that I started off reading on the channel. And so that series is just going to keep going. It's going to probably go even further into this stuff. And then Anti-Gravity, there's another book on that. It's just like 400 pages. So we're going to be covering a lot of that stuff on my channel. And then on Saturdays, I have the Chicago film industry, which is wrapping up at the end of the month. I think I got 4 shows left of that. And that's just covering like Edison's introduction and having him do like they talked about him doing the electricity at the World's Fair. There was a fight between like I think Tesla and Edison. Here we go with like the Tesla references. So like Tesla was doing the DC and Edison was doing AC, and Edison, in order to get the contract with the World's Fair, he electrocuted an elephant in a live setting to like have other people see this is what happens when you use direct current.
What?
You want alternating current. Yeah.
Yep. He did.
He electrocuted an elephant with
a nice person.
I think he just got very bitter with how people treated him from what I researched on that book, from what we've been reading on that Saturday show. He originally had people patent his inventions before he was able to, and that pissed him off, so he started doing it back to other people. And he saw that it worked, so he continued doing that poor behavior. And that's where I draw the line, really. He didn't have to go that far.
He was also in with the Get Along Gang and JP Morgan and all that stuff. So
he tried to copyright everything. Like if you had a movie house and you wanted to project one of his films, you had to get the prints through him. You had to use one of his projectors. It had to be at this certain frame rate. So that's why they started making larger film formats and different types of projectors to get around Edison's patents.
Oh, wow.
It got really messy. It really destroyed a lot of what Chicago could have been for the industry. We could have had Hollywood right here. And it all moved out to California, partially because of this stuff.
Would you really have wanted that, though?
I wouldn't want it that close to me, and I'm in the state next door.
Having like that sleaze town here now, no thanks. We already got enough problems now.
Yeah,
we don't need it in the Midwest. Keep it out there.
I've been doing that stuff, and then Sundays I do a normal wrap up talk. So it's just a chill stream on Sunday mornings, and I'm talking about stuff that I've done on the channel. It's as simple as I could put it. And we research, we follow up on stuff what's this person doing today, that type of stuff. See what I did there? Don't even have to name names.
See, look at that. All right. And Sherry here, she's gonna still muster up her weather. I don't even know what's going on out there, Sherry.
Oh, we got humidity now. Humidity and gray skies. It's every day I can get in and get to my garden. I went and bought some stuff for my garden, and when I came out, I'm like, "What happened to the sun?" It got all cloudy, and I'm just like, "Gosh darn it!" So.
Right. Well, we have a humongous storm coming.
Again?
Yeah, God, yes, and it's going to rain here for ever, I think. I think somebody called Noah, and he's somewhere in the Boonsticks building a freaking boat again. Because
Better send it to your house.
I know this is ridiculous. So I'm gonna be preparing this weekend, or the rest of this week, for like flooding in the house again. I've got to move everything over, all the furniture. All the water coming in has ruined my Italian hutch on the bottom.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's not good. And that pisses me. My daughter and son-in-law got me that hutch, and it just really irritates me. So, but yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm not sure what's going to happen this weekend. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to have a show during the week. I'm going to try and do something on Friday. I'll see if if it's dry enough around here.
Right?
It's dry enough. I might be able to do it. Because this is just it's getting ridiculous around here. So I don't even know.
Well, let's say a prayer for Brenda here.
Yes.
Heavenly Father, Creator, please provide your protection and oversight on Brenda's situation and the flooding that's occurring, and just make sure she stays safe and that her house is inhabitable for the foreseeable future until she's able to move, and just to make sure that everything is okay, especially with this storm.
Yes,
So,
because this storm's going to be
amen.
bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was looking at it on the map, or on the radar, and then I follow a guy who does storm chasing here in Texas, and I seen what was coming, and I'm like, oh God. So maybe it'll break up before it gets off of the water, but they're not looking forward to. So I'm just like, well, here we go again. I'm going to wake up one day and my bed's going to be wet, and I'm going to think that I peed it, and I'm going to look and I'm going to have a swimming pool in my yard.
No. See, can't think that way. It's not going to happen.
Look, I haven't been swimming since I lost my leg, so I'm kind of curious if I swim like missing a leg, if I'm going to go around in a circle.
I don't want to hear about that Italian hutch anymore then. I don't want to hear about the Italian hutch if this is what you're putting out there into the world.
My hutch.
Your hutch, you want to have a swimming pool. Forget the hutch.
Yeah. Tell him. See?
Oh yeah, somebody was knocking. Who knocks around here at this late at night?
Get him, Kiki. Look.
Yeah,
Kiki's
she was sleeping. You notice she's been sleeping. She's about 9.
Kiki's like, I will rip your toenails off.
You know, she's like, you woke me up.
Don't ever try to wake up Kiki when she's sleeping.
Yeah, she don't like it. Yeah. She's gonna be a year old next month. She'll be 1.
I've got December. My Putin will be 3.
Aw.
And Tucker over here, who's looking at me. What are you looking at? He's going to be 8. God,
Wow.
He's getting ready to turn 8.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
He's
But all right. Yeah. Bye, Kiki.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. I would say listen for the notifications, but Norma's not getting them. I don't know what's going on. Do I have to call YouTube and make them cry again?
Hit the bell icon. If it's already done, unselected and reselected. That's the best way I can explain it.
That's what we had to do last time. Hey, you're scratching on my bed and you're making everything move. What are you doing, dude? You're going to the groomers on Saturday. Get your hairy butt out of here.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate having the time here. I really enjoy talking about this stuff.
Thanks for coming, Steve. Yeah, we'll do some more. We'll get together and we'll put together some more stuff. And like I said, I like having this double screen because I just pull it up over here on the other one, and when I hit the share screen, I don't have to go hunting for it. I just click over here and turn it on. It's like,
I was using my second screen for everything that you saw that I was sharing tonight, and I had the I was gonna say OBS, the talk studio over here on this side. So
Yeah. So I mean, I like it. My daughter's like, I'm so proud of you, Mom. You're getting techie. I'm like, oh, rub it in. Go ahead.
But
They
it's
said,
good.
they said I should have been doing this stuff 10 years ago, but 10 years ago, y'all, I was just learning how to use a freaking Android phone. Okay.
We
you're
were
doing
busy.
it now, and that's what matters.
I am. I'm doing it.
And you're going to get better at all of this stuff than your daughter. That's what I predict.
Well, I doubt
She's
that.
going to be like, OB what? OB what?
She lives with her husband, who is a nerdy tech guy, and he's got like 4 screens and up and above and below, and he just runs
Oh,
things and does his work and does this and plays a game all at the same time.
so we need to get 3 more screens for you.
Yeah.
So you got 5
yeah,
then.
yeah. Although I'm going to tell you, I was looking up something on my computer when I was adding the extra screen, and I hit my TV, and I looked over. I can put my TV on my computer too.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh, but it's facing behind me, so there's no sense in me doing that. If my desk was turned where it was over me, I would have that up too. I figured out how to do it.
You can watch these all-nighter streams on your TV now when Abe goes on.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So
It's dangerous.
I know, right? It's dangerous. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we are going to get out of here, and we will see you next time. Hopefully, I can come up with something on this weekend. And we are going to go and get out of here. So, like always, guys, please be kind to one another. Have a good night.